Hello, hi, welcome my beautiful angels. It's Peaceful Paradise 7. Today I want to discuss with you 4 principles of being more elegant and how you can be more elegant starting from today. It's simple steps that you can implement straight away, and I hope it's gonna help everybody. Quite a few people ask me like how I've managed to, to become that person that I am now, knowing me from how I used to be. I was not as much elegant. I was doing a lot of things that maybe wasn't really right, but obviously me being quite young, partying, having my buddies around me, I did not understand the whole idea of, how can I actually be a woman. So let me start, and please let's subscribe to my channel and leave some comment and tell me what do you think of being elegant even means, and maybe you've got some tips as well of what you implemented in your life. So I would love to hear about it, ladies. Saying please and thank you and just staying polite. Believe it or not, that's elegance. If you being an elegant woman, you know how to say thank you, you know how to say please, you know how to simply decline to other people without using swear words. So just that, saying thank you, sorry, pardon me, that sort of language will already put you in the position when people are gonna feel like you're more elegant. Simply saying yes, please, would you mind, could you, things like this, rather than being so demanding. Back in the days when I was so demanding, there was a teacher at my university, and everybody was so afraid of going to him because they knew if they go and ask him to do certain things, to sign some documents, or do like a self-assessment or like risk assessment before filming, they wouldn't actually finish that task. Like, he wouldn't do it for them, and I don't know why. There was something about me. I didn't even ask. I wasn't polite. I just went there and like, this is what I need. And he also told me, Annabella, you're so demanding. And I didn't really have a clue why he would be saying things like this. But then when I met my husband, I kind of understood that just demanding something from people without giving them politeness, it's not an elegance. It's never going to end up well. You are not going to be weak by saying yes, please, would you mind, could you, thank you ever so much. Polite things that you can use in every single day. And I would highly recommend to do it even after, especially after you're married. If you want to find a gentleman, you need to use those words. If you want to find somebody who is elegant, somebody who's got the shit together, somebody who's going to think like, yes, this is my future wife, I think you've got to have that sort of elegance within you. So first of all, it's your language, saying please, saying thank you, being polite, but also swearing. Do not swear in front of a man, and actually I would say stop swearing if you can. When I met my husband, I never swore in front of him. I wasn't a person who likes swear words. There are some people who literally use like every second word is like F word, and I feel the dictionary is so beautiful and so full of different words. What's the point of using the same word every time just because you can't express yourself? I actually feel people who swear a lot, it gives me the signal that they cannot express themselves very well. They have to swear in order to express what they have on their mind. And in my language, there is a few words, a few swear words that you can use in every single possible situation. You can use it when you're angry, you can use it when you're happy, you can use it when you're curious about something. Like, you can just use it all the time. And that just shows that some people, they don't really have any words in the dictionary. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, the wording and the words, please don't swear, please be polite to people, because that doesn't cost you anything, okay? And if you swear a lot right now, ladies, it's so easy. Just cut it down. Every single time when you're gonna use a swear word, just put £5 in the jar, and that's how you know you're swearing a lot, and that's how you're gonna keep your money safe. Okay, you can save a lot of money doing this way. Thing number 2 is how you are to people. And I would say when you're giving that warmness to people, when you're not very defensive and cold inside you, I feel like that makes you more elegant straight away. I knew women who didn't really dress very elegant. They were so warm, and so polite that straight away you feel she's an elegant lady. There's nothing else to give. There was nothing else to add to this. She was just elegant because she was simply so warm. There was that warmness around her. You wanted to be in her presence. Again, I've lost my count, but the next thing I want to add is don't shout. Mind the tone of your voice, and if you're gonna shout, let's make it fun. So I know some women who are quite elegant ladies, but if they want to say something, as a jokey way, sometimes they can raise their voice, and that comes in a cute way. But when I see women who will be so loud, like over loud.
She thinks she is the big girl in here, mate. She ain't the big girl. I'm the fucking big girl. Bitch, a fucking man. Is that right? I'm going anywhere. So some people there drink coffee. We drink wine. Go on. I don't want to be with you anymore, Paul. Because I've been speaking with your ex today, and you've been shagging her, and you've been shagging somebody else, and you've been fuck off. And he's a skateboarder supporter if anyone wants to fucking smash his head in. Wanker!
That's not elegance. I've noticed every single time when I used to go to the pub, there were certain women who were so loud and so outspoken, the entire pub would be looking at them, but not in a good way. Some people may be trying to get attention. Maybe they feel like if they're gonna calm themselves down, nobody's gonna listen to them. If you saying things in a nicer, calmer way, people gonna see you different. If you ever want to check that idea, you can stand in front of the mirror and you can just look at yourself and say something with the nice, calm voice, and then raise your voice and say something, like something louder, something that you would usually say it that way, and notice which one is more pleasant. Because personally, the people, especially women who are so loud and so shouting and they're like all over the place, it's kind of exhausting to me to be in their present. And I avoid people like this. I don't have anybody in my close circle who are like this anymore. That I used to have. I thought that used to be the person that I want to be, until I realized this is not who I am, and this is definitely not who I want to be at all. I'm not saying you cannot be bubbly. Like, bubbly personalities, they're likable as well. You can't be very bubbly, but just don't be so loud. Don't try to get the wrong attention on you. Don't feel like people gonna love you for that. Back in the days when I would go out to the pub, if there would be a lady who would be so loud, the entire pub, everybody would be looking at her, and I can see especially men, they felt confused. Okay? They look at her like, what's wrong with her? Okay, what's wrong with that woman over there? Like, why is she so loud? Why is she so like jumping, and why is she so all over the place? People see it not as a confidence. They're gonna see you as you're lacking the confidence, unfortunately. So please don't be so loud. Calm yourself down. Stay calm, okay? Another thing is how you present yourself. I've said it so many times, but dresses are the key to be an elegant woman. And I think it's also so easy these days to come across as elegant because not a lot of women actually wear any dresses. If you're gonna look around yourself, I don't know why, but a lot of women, they don't pay attention of how they look. And I know we've talked about the look in the previous video, and I did say that in the previous video actually, and I said about the fact that you don't always have to look like a doll. That's not what I want you to be. You don't always have to put like the full makeup on and go to the hairdresser. I know it, first of all, I know it takes time, it takes a lot of commitment, but at least be presentable. If I see, I don't know about you, but when I sit next to a girl who is so put together, I feel better about myself. I know some women don't. Some women feel like threatened by somebody else's light, but I hope you're not one of them. I'm hoping when a nice lady sits next to you, you appreciate that. I hope that you appreciate her, you appreciate her beauty, and I hope that you actually notice that some women can spend just a bit more time, but it makes a huge difference, okay? So in my case, I don't even have to have like full makeup, or I don't need to have my hair done. What really sets me apart is just doing a bit of mascara, right? So just a bit of mascara, which is gonna take me like 2 minutes a day. I look so much different. I look more feminine, I look more elegant. It literally changed my face so much. That without mascara, sometimes I feel like a boy. So I love to have a bit of mascara and I love to have a bit of lipstick, but definitely dresses, like it's a key, you know, you can immediately see a woman who's gonna walk into the pub, she's gonna walk into the school, walk in anywhere. The lady with a dress, I think she's already in a winning position. Sometimes when I see some, especially young ladies, there is nothing wrong with them. They are beautiful women, but when they put their sweatshirt on, when they put their hoodie on, a bit dirty clothing, nothing sits right on them, and they gonna sit like this, you just like, you're starting to wonder like what happened with the elegance these days. Why nobody is actually aspiring to be an elegant lady. It's really easy these days to set yourself apart. It's so easy because there's not a lot of competition these days, literally not a lot, and it's not like we want to compete with anybody. I'm not dressing up for anybody, I dress up for myself. I literally do. And sometimes my husband would be, I think he would be laughing sometimes because I don't work, so I don't have to put my makeup on, I don't have to look very elegant and classy, but sometimes I really go overboard just for myself. I wouldn't even go to the shop that day, but I'm looking good, you know what I mean? And he would be like, "Where have you been today?" I would say, "Nowhere. I'm not going anywhere today, honey." "So why would you dress up like this?" "Because I want to. Because it makes me feel good." He just rolls his eyes, you know. The other day, it's quite funny actually. I wanted to. We have like old wooden table in the living room, and I really didn't want to throw it away because it's a nice table, good condition. I bought like a top up paint just to give it a bit more shine, just to give a bit more shine to the wood. And my husband was staring at me when I was painting, and I was like, "Hello, what's happening?" And I've reminded myself that I put a beautiful dress on, I've done my hair, I've done my makeup, I looked sexy. Like he couldn't take his eyes away from me, and he even did a few pictures. And then he tried to say that this is quite funny how you dress even when you want to paint the table. uh, and I was like, why not? Keep your hair neat. At least, if you like to hair like this, then make sure they not all over the place. I've seen some people doing like, I think it's a new trend somehow. They do something like that, something along this line, and they just walk out. They will go to the meeting like this. They will go to the work. I've seen people walking like this on the street, and I feel, what's happening these days? I really can't understand that. It's really not elegant at all. The next thing you need to pay attention to are your nails, for sure. You don't have to paint them. Like, I've done them myself, okay? We're trying to save some money, so I can do it myself. I've got everything ready. But it's so not elegant when your nails are chipped. It's the worst thing ever. They can be cut very short. You don't have to paint your nails. As long as they don't have any dirt, as long as your nails are being cut short and neat, that's all what you want. That's an elegant woman. And when I used to date quite wealthy men. And sometimes I would ask them, We would have the simple normal conversation, because I was always quite brave about things like this. So we would have the conversation like, what's the most important thing in a woman, and to me, what's the most important thing in a man. You wouldn't believe how many men would talk about keeping the nails nice. They wouldn't say they like it to be sort of colorful and long, like this is a bit scary and that's not elegant. As long as you look after your nails and after your hands, they tell a lot about you. They tell a lot about you to other people. Just imagine, you're gonna have your hair done, you're gonna have your makeup done, you're gonna have your dress on point, and everything is perfect, but your nails gonna look like you've been working in a factory for the last 2 months, and you wouldn't even look after your nails. You know what I mean? Like, you touch a lot of things. Your hands, the way you present your hands, that's important. Believe it or not, that's important. And if you're going on a date, if you're going to the meeting, don't let your nails being chipped. If you can't, take everything away, file them quite short, take all the dirt, and the least you can do is to get like clear polish, nail polish, the clear nail polish, and just do quickly like that. Okay, job done. It doesn't take a long amount of time. Do everything like this. Okay, do your hands, do your feet. I cannot stress that enough. A lot of men would tell me about women's feet. I think to some people, to some men, is quite delicate subject, and we used to talk about it. Like when I used to work in a few different places, there would be guys who would actually say like, this is disgusting. When the women have a bit longer nails and they have like open shoes, they pay attention to that, believe me. And it's disgusting for them, and to be honest, it's disgusting for me as a female when I see feet being so cracked, and it's just not nice. Keep it clean, keep it tight, and that's all what you need. The other important thing is listen attentively and be present when people talk to you. You have no idea the amount of people I've seen these days when one person is gonna trying to talk, the other person looks at the phone, she or he will be all over the place, looking there, there is a bit of noise there. To be honest with you, sometimes even my husband do that, because like we see each other every day, and sometimes he gets distracted with the phone as well. I would just stop talking. That's what I do now. If I see that the person, whoever I speak to, they don't listen, I would just stop talking and I would just look at them. Or I would stop talking and just go about my business and do my own things. And then straight away, for example, my husband would be all over me again, and he would be like asking me questions and be very involved in that conversation, because I didn't even have to tell him this. I think it goes like, it's our nature. If we allow people to treat us in a certain way, so if I would be talking to my husband and I know he's distracted, that doesn't feel right for me. But if I would be continually talking all the time, if I would teach him that this is okay with me, then he would treat my words like they know important, and obviously I don't want that. So an elegant lady would be very present. Be present, look into somebody's eyes. Be careful with this a bit, because some people, they know very good in with keeping an eye contact, and sometimes it can be a bit intimidating. So if you see that person cannot hold your eye contact for too long, just once in a while, maybe do this, just break that eye contact for a second, just so that person doesn't feel too intimidated, if that makes sense. But if somebody can hold that, then definitely you're supposed to be able to do it. It's not just elegant, but it's magnetizing. When you can hold that eye contact for a longer time, it works magic. When other person is speaking to you, what a lot of people will do, and I wasn't really good with that until, I don't know what happened, I just learned it so well. when somebody is truly listening to you, present, he doesn't think of an answer while you're speaking, you can clearly see like that person, you know, he got me, he can listen to me, he understands me, or she understands me. And that's so elegant. Okay, when you allow the other person to finish the sentence, even when you give a bit of pause, and then you say your answer. But when a person is telling you a story, and straight away, like, half of your brain listen to what that person is saying, and the other half of your brain is already thinking like what you're gonna say. Oh yes, it happened to me, love a place. Oh yeah, I've done that as well, that must feel terrible. It kind of breaks that trust, if you like. To me, it's saying to me, and it's saying to that other person, that you're not fully present. The only thing you're thinking of is, you know, giving your answer, giving your 5 pence into that conversation, rather than being present and being present for that other person. I think it's crucial. I think men are actually much better in listening. If you see, like, sometimes if you see two men talking, and I'm not talking about all the men, because by all means some of men these days, they're worse than women, but let's look at the quality men. One man would be speaking, yeah, he would say something, there would be a pause, the other guy would be saying, and then there is a pause, and then, you know, they can look at the TV for a while. They both, you know, they both in their own thoughts, but they are present. And then another person would be speaking, and then that first guy would say the answer. But when I go to meet with some of my friends, like, I'm trying not to have friends like this, but I have noticed people like this, especially women, without me finishing my sentence, she would already jump in. She would like, and I was like, okay, I haven't really developed and finished my sentence. Thank you very much. You know, it feels intimidating. I don't know. It feels like you don't want to talk to that person, and that's not very elegant. So I would say, let the other person speak, be present, listen to them, eye contact, be warm, be gentle, stop swearing, wear elegant clothing, and that's it. There's definitely a lot more things you can do, but I would say they're the basic of being an elegant lady. I definitely wanted to do that video because if you're elegant, there is such a big possibility these days that you're gonna meet a guy who's gonna treat you well. You know, if you're looking for your husband, or if you're looking for elegant people in your circle, elegant women, elegant friends, you need to be elegant as well. Because if you're not, why do you think that person would like to speak to you or hang out with you for a longer amount of time rather than what's necessary? I wouldn't. And I know, especially these days, because there are so many few women who have that touch of class, like when the right guy is gonna spot that lady, he's not gonna let her to go. Believe me. You can meet elegant people everywhere. You can even meet them on Tinder. I know some popular belief is that Tinder is only to get like a sleepover partner, but it's definitely not true, you know. If you are who you truly are, if you're gonna develop those basic elegant things, voila, you're gonna meet people everywhere. You're gonna meet elegant people everywhere, and you can meet your elegant husband everywhere. But remember, he doesn't have to be elegant, he needs to be a gentleman. So even if he's gonna wear a sweatshirt, if he's gonna wear whatever he wants, as long as he's treating you right, respecting, providing and protecting, that's all what you want, okay? You stay within your lane. I love you all. Have a wonderful evening, and I hope I'm gonna see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye!